A season-long journey follows a path to greatness. A destination. A dream. A quest for excellence. It's your time. A time to compete for a place in Nebraska sports history. Great moments are earned here. Play like a champion. Welcome to the NSAA Boys State Basketball Championships on NET.
NET Sports, Nebraska's home for championship sports, is live from the Bob Devaney Sports Center in Lincoln, Nebraska for the 2013 NSAA Boys Basketball Tournament. And this afternoon, the Class A state championship, the Papillion La-Vista Monarchs taking on the Omaha Central Eagles. And good afternoon, everybody. Along with Andy Markowski, I'm Larry Putney. Good to have you with us as the Class A state title is upcoming. Papillion La-Vista Monarchs back here. They haven't won this in 20 years. Conversely, Omaha Central seems to win it about every year. They're going for their 7th in 8 years. Let's talk about the Monarchs.
Well, the story has been Omaha Central, and Papillion La-Vista has had a tremendous season. They're 24-3, and they've absolutely they beat Omaha Central earlier in this year, and they have the tempo to make Omaha Central play a different way than maybe Central is comfortable. So look for tempo to be a big part of Papillion La-Vista's strategy. Look for execution with a high assist to low turnover ratio. And they've got a good player of their own in Brett Doherty, 18-7 points per game and 9 rebounds going to Northwest Missouri State. So Papillion certainly has the players that can pull off this upset again. For Central, everybody knows about Central. They talk about pressure. They're going to pressure you on defense. They're going to pressure you in their half-court trap, and they're going to pressure you in man-to-man with the dribble drive. And they also have the best player in the state in Okoye Gao. So when that combination starts playing well, they're very difficult to beat, and a four-peat would certainly be an impressive feat if they can do that today. And
Omaha Central has proven throughout the year that they are no longer unbeatable. They've lost 4 this year, including a couple to in-state teams. At Papillion La-Vista, they turn around and lost the next week to Omaha South.
Yeah, certainly that they've played in some national tournaments, played against the best competition in the country. But South, beating them and also Papillion beating them at home shows the Nebraska schools they can be beat. And in a neutral floor game like this, whoever's going to play the best, make the plays down the stretch, as we've seen in these 2 overtime games prior, anything's possible. It's who wants to execute late to take home the state championship.
But when Central's motivated and they have something to play for, can they be beat? That's the question. We'll find that out over the course of the next couple hours right here on NET Sports. Your Class A state championship, Papillion La-Vista taking on Omaha Central. It's coming up next.
No texting. Turn it off. If driving isn't worth your full attention, what is? A safety reminder from your Nebraska Department of Roads.
High school's almost over. What's next? I mean, what are my choices? I want to find something I love, so I can make a life for myself. And then I can give back. So, how do I get there?
Take the next step with Education Quest College Planning Services by visiting educationquest.org.
And we're back at the Bob Devaney Sports Center here in Lincoln, Nebraska, where the Class A matchup is just about to take place. I'm Brandon Axmit. We've had 2 thrillers already, an overtime and a double overtime thriller. Maybe we'll have another one here to round out the final morning session of state basketball here. A very interesting note, Papillion La-Vista, the magic number seems to be 55 points. Both games they've played so far this state tournament are 55 points, so you got to think maybe if they can hold Central under that number, they might be able to get an upset of the top seed. We're going to go to Doc Weiniger now for player introductions.
The Nebraska School Activities Association and its member schools welcome you to the 2013 NSAA Boys State Basketball Championships. The NSAA is proud to recognize its corporate sponsors, U.S. Bank, U.S. Cellular, the Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association, Farmers Insurance, United States Air Force, and Baden Sports. And now, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Bob Devaney Sports Center for the 2013 Class A State Championship game. Today's game features the Papillion La-Vista Monarchs versus the Eagles of Omaha Central High School. And now, let's meet the players and coaches competing in today's game. First, the non-starters for the visiting team, the Papillion La-Vista Monarchs. Number 12, Keenan Nealon. Number 20, Matt Safranek. Number 22, Ring. Number 24, Caleb Pietkowski. Number 40, BJ Frankman. Number 42, Jack Kalina. Number 44, Nick Lechtenberg. And number 52, Jeff Pascal. And now, the non-starters for the home team, the Omaha Central Eagles. Number 1, Malik Harris. Number 2, Christian Harmon. Number 10, John Carter. Number 12, Nick Billingsley. Number 22, John Ali. Number 30, Latrell Jameson. Number 32, Austin McGaw. Number 34, Wraith Nyoch. And number 55, Jace Schwartz. And now, the starting lineup for the Papillion La-Vista Monarchs. A 6'1" senior, number 4, Japri Murray. A 6'3" senior, number 10, Spencer Lewis. A 6' senior, number 30, Nate Maloli. A 6'5" sophomore, number 32, Tyler Doherty. And a 6'6" senior, number 34, Brett Doherty. Head coach for the Monarchs is Jason Ryan, assisted by Dan Moore, Andre Watts, Cody Truffles, Travis Linder, Travis Simpson, and James Eddy. And now, the starting lineup for the Omaha Central Eagles. A 6'9" senior, number 0, Akoy Agao. A 6'3" senior, number 3, Kevin Scott. A 6'2" senior, number 4, Tradion Holland. A 5'10" senior, number 5, DeAndre Hollins-Johnson. And a 6'6" junior, number 44, Trayshawn Thurman. Head coach for the Eagles is Eric Behrens, assisted by Jay Landstrom, Matt Hamill, Scott Rice, Ryan Hunter, and Matt Crouch. Today's game officials are Dave Bryant, Greg Harden, and Todd Yorgis. The bench official is Chris Wright. And now, gentlemen, let's play basketball!
Ready to go in the Class A State Championship. Papillion La-Vista, the Monarchs at 24-3, taking on Omaha Central 23-4. These two teams have squared off once before, both from right around the Omaha area. Omaha Central right in the heart of Omaha downtown. Papillion La-Vista just outside. This is how they got there. Omaha Central knocked off Papillion La-Vista South and Benson. A 30-point win over Benson. It became showtime for the Eagles in that one. And then Papillion La-Vista knocking off Omaha South in the semifinals, 55-49, in a very tight game in which Papillion-LaVista had to come from behind to pick up the win. Head coach Eric Behrens in his 12th year, 258 and 53. Played for Omaha Central in the early 90s. And now the head coach that has led them to 6 of the last 7 state championships, going for 4 in a row, and their 10th overall. This basketball dynasty that is the Eagles of Omaha Central. Monarchs have knocked off the Eagles once already this season. That came back in a 67-58 win by Papillion-LaVista. So ready to tip it off. Makoya Gao will tip it up. Controlled by Scott. Turnover quickly. Japri Murray with the steal. He goes in, and the foul called on, they get DeAndre Hollins-Johnson with the foul.
Yeah, just kind of a lazy wing to point pass. Nice job by Murray anticipating it, getting out and getting a steal. Now, Papillion-LaVista, we talked about tempo. They've got to control the tempo, but when the opportunity is there to take a turnover and get points, they have to do it. But they have to recognize when are those transition opportunities and when they have to back it down and execute and force Central to maybe play more of a half-court defensive game. And I think Murray and Maloli, the 2 guards from Papillion, have to really play smart and have good games to be able to pull off this upset today.
Second free throw by Japri Murray. Off the front, rebound by Agao. So here's DeAndre Hollins-Johnson bringing it up for the Central Eagles. Scott looks inside for Agao. Agao guarded by Brett Doherty. Drive by Thurman, kicked outside. Hollins, shot is off. Rebound to Tyler Doherty. Pushed up the floor to Brett Doherty. And the foul called, and Brett Doherty will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul called on Tradeon Hollins.
A really nice job by Doherty being the first post down, running to the front of the rim. He's given up some size to Okoye Gao, but very good athletically. Can run, has the physical size to maybe challenge Okoye Gao on the block. And he's left-handed, which makes it very unique to guard when you don't play against a lot of left-handed post players. Look for that as maybe be an issue for Okoye to block his shot, knowing that he's turning over to the opposite shoulder than maybe a right-handed player that Okoye plays the majority of the time in the post.
Second one by Doherty is off as well, so misses both, and Papillion-LaVista with the early lead here.
Central's going to put a lot of pressure on you with the dribble drive. It looks good spacing. They're doing a better job of being able to throw it on the block where they have Okoye Gao, which has really improved with his back to the basket game.
Gao shot off. Murray pushes it up the floor. Maloli kicks it outside. Drive by Murray. Off. Tipped around. Rebound comes out. Still loose on the floor. And we've got a jump ball. As the head coach of Papillion-LaVista, the Monarchs, Jason Ryan, in his second season, 47-7. Was the head boys coach for 10 years at Bellevue East. Led the Chieftains to their first state tournament appearance back in 2004.
A lot of these Papio kids got experience last year, made it to the semifinals. Certainly will help them in a game like today.
All tipped around, swatted away. Hollins-Johnson now off to Hollins underneath. No shot. Foul was on the floor.
There you see the dribble drive. Central will active hands, creating a loose ball situation, and they're going to take their defense and they're going to convert it into offense.
Spencer Lewis called with the foul. Good strong move underneath in the bucket by Scott. No time, going right strong on Okoye Gao, and Doherty draws the foul on Agao.
And that's what I was talking about. That is a quick spin move back over his right shoulder to his strong left hand. And that's abnormal to see guys turn over their right shoulder. You can see here, just because he's left-handed, maybe caught a Coy on the wrong side. Got caught behind, got caught with a foul.
First free throw from Brett Doherty is good. Doherty's second-team All-State as a junior. He's already signed with Northwest Missouri State. Second one good as well. He's had 30 points down here at State, 17 in the opening round against Lincoln Southeast, 13 in the semifinals against Omaha South. Three.
Half-court trap.
All tipped away. Foul underneath the push. Push called on Spencer Lewis. Second foul already on Spencer Lewis.
When you watch Central, everybody talks about their quickness and athleticism, which is there, but they're all 5 guys, 6 guys in buildings that come in. They're all physically strong. They have college bodies already. They're long, they're thick, they're strong. They get a lot of loose balls, and you just seen Travion Hollins there just gobble up the loose ball and draw fouls and get to the foul line.
Travion Hollins makes 1 of 2 the other way. On the basket, can't get it as Maloney. Rebound to Central. There's Deshaun Thurman. Thurman with the walk. Thurman, another good-looking player, just a junior, 6'6" forward for Coach Behrens. All even at 3 here. First period, Class A state championship. Quick hands, feet inside. Doherty gets his own rebound. Tyler Doherty that time. Skip pass across. Maloney thought about it.
It's 2 possessions in a row that Koya Gal has challenged a shot at the rim. Very good timing for a shot blocker. It allows Central to extend that pressure.
On the turnover, ball will go to Central.
And Papillion has challenged Okoye. They're trying to post him. They're trying to drive at him. Already has a foul. Certainly, Central becomes a different-looking team without him on the back of their half-court man-to-man or their full-court pressure.
Hollins Johnson drives, kicks it underneath. Travion Hollins slapped out of bounds. It will stay with the Eagles.
Central plays with very good spacing offensively, which creates driving lanes. They're hard to defend because all 5 players can put the ball on the floor, create a help situation.
Hollins Johnson with the long 3, and he got it. DeAndre Hollins Johnson gives the Eagles a 6-3 lead here in period number 1. Jumper short by Doherty. Rebound to Hollins. He'll push. Once again, the 3 buried by Hollins Johnson, and DeAndre on fire here early on. Quick timeout called by Jason Ryan. 9-3 after back-to-back threes by Omaha Central. The Eagles, and from way downtown without hesitation.
And when you're playing for the dribble drive, you have to give something up. That time they recognized it. And Hollins Johnson doesn't score a lot for him, but obviously he can when asked.
Right. Hey, good time right now to log on to Facebook.com/NET Sports and become a fan. You can leave questions, comments, see what's happening behind the scenes, plus find out what's coming up next on NET Sports. It's fast, fun, and easier than ever to be part of our statewide sports network on NET. I don't know, it'd be great to... Are you Facebook? Are you a Facebooker?
I am.
Oh.
I don't Facebook, but I do have a Facebook account, I guess. Nice job by Papio attacking the pressure. being able to get the ball to the rim several occasions in this first quarter.
Billingsley gets the drive in the bucket.
I really like Billingsley's game, going to UNO, kind of a 6'5", good mid-range game, pretty good shooter, good defender. When he's your sixth man on your team, you know you've got a lot of talent and a nice mid-range of kids. Here's Billingsley, kind of follows the dribble drive by Tradeon Hollins. And that little mid-range floater is a tough shot.
Foul called on Tradeon Hollins. He'll take a seat. Central on top by 6. Tried to kick, not there. Kevin Scott picks it up. He'll go all the way. Scott with the lay-in. Scott had 27 here at the state tournament, 10 in the first round, 17 in the semis against Benson.
We talked about it in the pregame, assist-to-turnover ratio. You can't turn over against Central, and you certainly don't want to turn it over to give them transition points.
Brett Doherty with a nice strong drive.
Once again, scoring over that right shoulder with his left hand. He's got 4 points on the block so far.
McGow skips it across to DeAndre Hollins-Johnson. Back inside to Thurman. Thurman with the turnaround in the lane, gets a pretty jumper to fall.
Really nice move. 6'6", can shoot the three, can post to the mid-range. Unlimited offensive potential.
Shot blocked by Agau. Agau's presence inside, difficult for Doherty. Agau on the offensive end, backs it down. Blocked by Keenan Nealon. He's called for the foul. Nealon's first, and that will put Agau at the line.
You know, Okoye has been a tremendous high school shot blocker. He's got great timing. He doesn't leave his feet until the offensive player leaves their feet. He keeps the ball in play. You know, at 6'9", you don't know how that transferred into the ACC from a shot blocking ability, but you know, just tremendous timing. I don't know what his career block total is, but it has to be nearing 200 to not 250. And when you can do that with one foul and still have the aggressiveness and the timing to go up and challenge shots, it just makes you even a better player.
Second one is good for Agau. So 16-7, quick 9-point lead by Central. A 14-4 run right now for the Eagles. Safranek is now in the game for the Monarchs. Has it up top. Looks inside. Ball knocked around. Kicked in the corner to Maloli. Maloli just off. Skip over to Thurman. Agau with the rebound. Goes up strong. Agau gets the hoop and the foul. Agau with an opportunity in a three-point play.
A really nice job by Okoye. You can see just to play in traffic. He maintained his poise, used a little shot fake, got that defender up in the air, then has the strength and explosion to go score it on the weak side.
Three-point play by Okoye Agau. And now Agau with 4 in the game early. Stolen away by Kevin Scott. And the turnover.
Central's playing at a very high level right now. They're active defensively. They're getting deflections. They're getting into their offense from their defense. Their offensive rebounding. They've hit threes when they're scoring from so many different parts of the floor. Very hard to defend. But Papillion just needs to settle in and start executing a little better offensively. Eliminate the turnovers. Make open shots.
Back inside to Doherty. Rebound Nealon. He's fouled underneath. Foul on Billingsley. Picks up his first personal foul. That will send Nealon to the line. Nealon, a 6'2" senior forward. Misses the first.
Papillion hasn't helped themselves, have left a lot of points off the board by missing free throw attempts. When you're trying to upset a team as talented as Central, certainly takes execution, taking advantage of opportunities.
Second one off as well. Rebound to Thurman. Papillion struggling from the line right, or from the field right now. 2 of 10. Monarchs the other way. Murray with the drive. Adow swats it away. Three-pointer by Spencer Lewis. Lewis still in there with 2 early fouls and knocks down the 3.
Second possession of a 2-3 zone by Papillion. Trying to control the dribble drive.
So at the end of 1, the Eagles of Central with a 9-point advantage, thanks to some big threes early by Hollins Johnson. 19-10.
For others, it may have just been a summer job. But for me, it was training. Now I'm an Air Force pararescueman, and my job is to save lives. Make the right choices today and be ready for the challenges tomorrow. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
You know, many years ago when I was about 8 years old, I got the opportunity to watch a box turtle behind my house lay her eggs. And watching that turtle go through all that effort, it just piqued my curiosity, and I wanted to learn more and read more. My entire job is science. I want children to get connected with science and utilize the technology and the engineering abilities, because each one of us has the ability to change the world.
To find out what you can do to inspire a young person, visit connectamillionminds.com.
Back at the Bob Devaney Sports Center, Class A State Championship. Omaha Central has opened up a 9-point lead here after 1 period of play. Great crowd on hand here for this afternoon Devaney Sports Center game, and we are packed. You look around the Devaney Sports Center, they're all the way to the top of the arena. As good a Class A attendance as I can remember in the last few years.
Yeah, certainly Central adds some excitement. Chance to see probably the national, or excuse me, the Nebraska Player of the Year again this year in McCoy.
McCoy kicks it out. DeAndre Hollins Johnson drives in. Great tip late by Tradeon Hollins. Good athletic play by Tradeon.
That becomes the issue when you play a 2-3 zone. Can you rebound out of it against a very strong and athletic Central team?
Doherty inside. Central on the break. Hollins Johnson doesn't get it. There's Tradeon Hollins again. Back-to-back tip in, a rebound for the bucket.
He's very active. I mean, they're active defensively, offensively, rebounding. You can see the little hands active, trying to get steals. Once again, to get a deflection leads to a steal, which is going to lead into their early offense.
Hollins Johnson thought about the 3, now goes back in behind the back pass. Can't get it, but a great tip in by Treshawn Thurman. What a play. And a quick timeout called by Jason Ryan.
Yeah, it's been a well played first quarter and the start of the second quarter for Central.
6-0 run to start the quarter. Let's take a look at last year's Class A State Championship.
It was a battle between top-ranked Omaha Central and the red-hot Packers of Omaha South in last year's Class A championship. The Packers were not intimidated by the defending state champion Eagles. Omaha South knocked off the number 2 and 3 seeds en route to the championship. Tristan Mayo led Omaha South with 7 points on the night as the Packers went into halftime up 27-23. After a cold first half, Omaha Central turned up the heat. The Eagles were led by junior Okoye Gau, who posted a triple-double with 16 points, 13 rebounds, and 14 blocks. After the Eagles tied things up at 31, it was all downhill from there. Omaha Central pulled away to win 55-38, making them the first Class A team to go 30-0 in a season. With the win, Omaha Central was awarded its 6th state title in 7 years.
And the first undefeated Class A state champ since Millard South did it back in 1988. What a year it was last year for Central, trying to duplicate, or should I say 4 in a row for another state championship. They've won the last 3.
7 out of 8. This would be 8 out of 9. So Coach Behrens and his staff have done a tremendous job. And I think the most impressive thing about Central is they've had a lot of different variations of teams, and they've all played really unselfish. And I think you have to give Coach Behrens credit for that. And you see that so far in this game. All 5 starters have found a way to score and are having an impact on this basketball game.
Good put back by Japri Murray. 25-12 now early here in period number 2.
And if you're Papillion, you just have to stay the course. The same game plan you started with, controlling the tempo, not turning the ball over, rebounding the ball. You just have to keep executing, making those plays to get back into the game.
Travel called on Thurman, 25-12. Inside 6 to go before half. La-Vista had a tough game to get here. They had to come from behind against Omaha South. Omaha South had a first momentum surge early in the 4th as they went on a 9-0 run to take the lead, but then late, Papillion-LaVista came back. They went on an 11-1 run of their own in the semis to take the lead and didn't look back. Monarchs went on to win it, defeating Omaha South and preventing a repeat from last year's Class A state championship. Backing down. Gau goes off the glass. Nice turnaround for Okoye Gau.
You have to try to give a little help there.
And Gau with the block at the other end. 4 blocks now here in this first half for Okoye Gau. We'll say it went off of the Monarchs and will stay with the Eagles. Inside, Kevin Scott off the pass from Tradeon Hollins on the inbounds play. Easy 2 for Scott. Lead now at 17. Drive off the glass. Rebound to Hollins. Pushed ahead out to Hollins-Johnson, who was fouled. And going hard past the basket into the camera and down is Japri Murray. Japri Murray slow to get up.
A good hustle. See how fast Central goes from defense into offense. This puts tremendous pressure on your offensive balance as Papillion attacks offensively. You have to make sure you have 2 guys ready to get back on defense to try to take Central out of their transition game. That time we're a little slow getting back, and Central's going to get to the free throw line.
So DeAndre Hollins-Johnson now at the line. He'll shoot a couple. That's the first one. Murray on the bench. Tending to it, looks to be okay. Second one by Hollins-Johnson is good, and Hollins-Johnson will take a seat. Now into the game comes Nick Billingsley for Central.
Papillion has to find a way to score. They've tried to go on the block to Doherty, but Koehigao has really made it difficult to score on the block.
Big block inside by Billingsley just off the bench. Now to Billingsley the other end. Big put down by Treshawn Thurman. And they called a technical foul on Thurman hanging on the rim.
Yeah, he pulled himself up. Certainly a good call, but Treshawn has really played well in this game, attacking the glass. That's his second offensive rebound putback.
Eric Behrens doesn't like the call.
Well, it wasn't the fact that he hung, it's the fact that he did a pull-up, and that's what referees are looking for. You can see if he hangs, it's probably all right, but the pull himself up on the rim is what they look for. And just a great timing and offensive rebound. As I mentioned, the sky is the limit for Treshawn's ability offensively. He can, in the semis he made a three, he can dribble, he can pass. Certainly will be the backbone of Central's team next year as they continually to build.
Second free throw is off the technical foul. So it's a 20-point lead here in the second period of this Class A state championship, and Central's come out a bit motivated. Perhaps from the earlier season loss to the Monarchs. Jumper off by Tyler Doherty.
And this is what makes Central hard. They can play fast, but they can play slow in the half court as well. They spread you, and they just are so versatile with all their players. Can shoot, drive. And what you've seen in this half is when they've missed it, they've been on the offensive glass. Tredeon Hollins, one of their two guard, has 2 offensive rebound putbacks. They've got tip dunks. Certainly about as well of a quarter and a half as I've seen played in the state in a long time.
Maloney picks up the foul. Central inbound. Billingsley with the drive, and a travel called on Nick Billingsley. Billingsley, terrific off-the-bench player for Eric Behrens. He's headed to UNO next year. Maloney with it up top, puts it on the floor. The drive, nice drive by Nathan Maloney.
Papillion defensively just needs to try to get a few stops. But right now, down 18, your goal would probably try to get it to 10 or 12. Give yourself some momentum going into halftime. Certainly.
Maloney picks up the foul again, so his second personal foul. And we haven't seen Japri Murray back into the game. In fact, we've been told he went into the locker room to be checked. So Murray is starting point guard for the Monarchs in the locker room, being attended to. Doherty inside. Here comes Tredeon Hollins. Tipped around, and Hollins chases it down. Off and Hollins and out, and it's Monarchs ball.
Papillion's been able to string together 3 stops in a row. Part of that was a missed free throw. You're doing what you need to do defensively. Now it's just finding a way to score. They've tried to go to Doherty on the block, and Koehigao has really, the shots he hasn't blocked, he's been able to alter just enough. Maloli had a chance to get a drive from the top of the key, maybe try to spread it. Again, Maloli makes a really nice move there.
Good drive, and he's fouled, so that will put Maloli at the line, and believe that's going to be the second on Akoi Agau.
Once again, we've seen it in all 3 games. A shot fake is a tremendous move offensively to get the defense up in the air, gives you a driving lane. Maloli shows nice body control, almost gets a 3-point play. Knocks in the first free throw.
And Maloli at the line, the senior guard, averages 12 a game for the Monarchs. Recruited by several NAIA schools around the state, including UNK, showing some interest. 33-17, inside 2 minutes to go before half. Kevin Scott with it up top. Inside to Hollins, back to Hollins. Johnson, shot is up. No good, but he's fouled, draws the foul on Tyler Doherty.
See the versatility there. Put Tredeon Hollins in the post, 6'2", very strong guard, forces Papillion to give help to maybe a mismatch against a smaller player. And then your point guard, DeAndre Hollins, makes a basket cut and gets fouled to the free throw line. So just very much interchangeable in terms of how they play offensively, taking advantage of what they feel is the best matchup they have on the court.
Agau will take a seat. Nick Billingsley back into the game for the Eagles. Second on the way from Hollins. Johnson is good. (35-17). Central on top.
Central's gone to their 2-3 zone. Even though they play zone, they still are active. They're looking to shoot passing lanes, got active hands, looking for steals. Not a traditional 2-3 zone. They still are looking to attack defensively and get turnovers.
Spencer Lewis kicks it out. Foul called before the shot on Billingsley. Second personal foul on Nick Billingsley. That will put Tyler Doherty at the line. Tyler Doherty is sophomore, 6'5", had 8 in the opening round against Lincoln Southeast. Second one from Doherty. Off of the hands of Trayshawn Thurman, and it will stay with the Monarchs. Back in is Keenan Nealon. He's in for Tyler Doherty.
Papio's looking for a basket here, a stop and a basket. Certainly trying to cut into that lead, give yourself some momentum. Big possession here.
Lewis with the skip pass across Safranek. Rattles around, and the tip in good by Brett Doherty.
Doherty's able to have a little bit more success without Akoi being in there with that extra size. Trayshawn Thurman is just not as big. He was able to go over the top and get that tip in.
Monarchs on a bit of a run here to end this first half of play. 8-2 run right now for Papillion La-Vista.
Excuse me, Larry. Good poise by Central. I didn't know if they would elect to take the last shot or try to go down and score and give Papillion last possession, but Coach Behrens feels good with a 15-point lead. Maybe set up some type of a lob play here against the 2-3 zone.
Drive by DeAndre Hollins Johnson. Tried to kick it outside, tipped, and it will stay with Central with 4.4 on the clock.
Papillion's going to stay in a 2-3 zone. Certainly don't want to foul a shooter here. Want to force him to catch it going towards half court.
Billingsley drives.
I think he stepped on the end line. So Billingsley, there it is. See?
Yep. So a 2.2 to go. Central will get the last shot, and it's just off. So we head to halftime with the three-time defending state champs in command by 15, 35-20. They're looking for their 8th title in the last 9 years. And now with the head coach of Papillion-LaVista, Jason Ryan, we will go shortly to Brandon Axemet, who's grabbing Coach Ryan for a quick chat before he heads to locker room. His Monarchs trailing by 15, 35-20. Let's go to Brandon.
Coach, Goya Gao has been a huge presence in the paint. He's been clogging stuff up defensively. How do you generate offense with him doing all that?
That's a good question. We got to keep going at him, and we got a shot fake. He's got 2 fouls. We're going to keep going inside. Our best offense is going into Brett, and Brett got a little frustrated. He's got to be solid, and we got to take care of the ball better, though. Their length and athleticism has really created some offense for them, and we'll be okay. We're going to keep fighting, and our goal is to get to the 4th within 10, and you never know. You come 4th quarter time, you never know. So we'll keep battling for sure.
Coach, the good news is you've beat them before, and you went on an 8-2 run to end the half. How do you carry that motivation across to the second half?
Yeah, we got to come out and compete. I mean, you're on the 3rd day of the state tournament. I thought at times our effort wasn't as where it needed to be, and you can make excuses and do all that with 3rd game and 3rd day, but there's no excuse to not play hard, and that's kind of been a staple of our program, just getting after people, and so we're going to come out fighting the second half and try to make it entertaining.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
All right, thanks very much, Brandon, and thanks for Jason Ryan for joining us right before the half. We are at halftime of the Class A title game. Central on top by 15.
No matter how you look at it, animal agriculture helps Nebraska's economy. The livestock industry provides increased tax revenues for schools and community services. Livestock enterprises also create jobs while contributing to existing businesses such as local banks and grocery stores. A thriving livestock industry helps maintain our current way of life, but also provides opportunities for the next generation of farm families. The Nebraska Soybean Checkoff helps to raise awareness of the importance of animal agriculture to Nebraska.
At the Aurora Cooperative, we're continually driven by what's next in agriculture. So we're dedicated to being your first resource for world-class agronomy, grain storage and marketing, high-performance feeds, and energy. Driven by our vision to be financially strong, innovative, independent, locally owned. You're driven by the opportunities that exist. We're driven to help you make the most of them, now and for the next generation. The Aurora Cooperative, growing opportunities.
NET Sports coverage of the 2013 NSAA State Basketball Tournament is brought to you in part by the Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by the Aurora Cooperative, innovative, financially strong, committed to the communities we serve. The Aurora Cooperative, growing opportunities. Back at halftime at the Bob Devaney Sports Center, Omaha Central on top of Papillion La-Vista 35-20. Time now for some special presentations. And for that, we go to our public address announcer. Here's Doc Weinecker.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special halftime presentation this afternoon. Believers in Achievers is a statewide program designed by U.S. Bank and the NSAA to give recognition to Nebraska's future leaders. We have 10 Nebraska high school seniors who have demonstrated academic excellence and a commitment to good citizenship. For their involvement in school and community projects, U.S. Bank and the NSAA would like to honor the Believers and Achievers who are with us today. Presenting the Believers and Achievers Awards will be U.S. Bank Representatives Nick Powers and Chris Hansen and NSAA Board Chairman Dr. Bob Resnichek of Boys Town. First is Brittany Alban of Norfolk High School. Brittany is a 4.0 student who participates in cross-country, swimming and diving, track and field, play production, and music. An NSAA NCPA Academic All-State Swimming honoree, Brittany qualified for the NSAA State Swimming and Diving Championship all 4 years. In music, she was named All-State Choir while earning superior ratings in vocal solo, saxophone solo, show choir, choir, and band at the NSAA District Music Contest. Ladies and gentlemen, Brittany Alban. Trent Braun of Cedar Rapids High School. Trent is a 3.98 student who participates in football, basketball, track and field, play production, speech, journalism, and music. He has received NSAA, NCPA Academic All-State Honors in basketball and track, and placed third in the 100-meter high hurdles at the 2012 NSAA Class D State Track and Field Championships. He is a two-time NSAA state speech qualifier who has also earned superior ratings in band, percussion ensemble, and snare drum duet at the NSAA District Music Contest. Ladies and gentlemen, Trent Braun. Next is Marissa Florian of Wilbur-Claytonia High School. Marissa is a 4.0 student who participates in volleyball, tennis, play production, and music. She has received NSAA, NCPA Academic All-State Honors in volleyball, tennis, play production, and music. Marissa is a member of the cheerleading squad, National Honor Society, swing choir, jazz band, and Future Business Leaders of America. Ladies and gentlemen, Marissa Florian. Justin Gutierrez of Lexington High School. Justin is a 3.98 student who has played tennis and basketball. He participated in 2012 NSAA Class B Boys State Tennis Championships at #1 doubles after competing at #2 doubles at state in 2011. He has earned NSAA, NCPA Academic All-State Honors in tennis and basketball and is a youth basketball volunteer and coach. Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Gutierrez. Alyssa Hurd of Lord Central Catholic High School. Alyssa is a 4.0 student who participates in play production and music. A three-time All-Pioneer Conference Honor Band selection, Alyssa is first flute and band, first soprano and choir, and captain of the Flag Corps. She has served on the stage crew and is a sound technician during the play production contest and is a member of the Student Council and National Honor Society. Ladies and gentlemen, Alyssa Hurd. Brendan Johnson of Medicine Valley High School. Brendan is a 3.98 student who participates in football, basketball, and golf. He is a three-time NSAA, NCPA Academic All-State Honoree in football, as well as a two-time Academic All-State Honoree in golf. Brendan qualified for NSAA Class D State Golf Championships the past 2 years, finishing 8th in 2011 and 13th in 2012. Ladies and gentlemen, Brendan Johnson. Next is Haley Kempschneider of Howells Dodge High School. Haley is a 4.0 student who participates in volleyball, basketball, play production, and speech. She was a member of Howells' 2010 NSAA Class D1 State Runner-Up and 2011 NSAA Class D2 State Volleyball Championship teams. In basketball, she helped Howells win the 2011 NSAA Class D1 Girls State Basketball Championship and finished as a state runner-up in 2012. Ladies and gentlemen, Haley Kempschneider. Dylan Rogers of Blair High School. Dylan is a 4.0 student who participates in football, basketball, and track and field. He has earned academic all-conference honors in football and basketball and placed 6th in the pole vault at the 2012 NSAA Class B State Track and Field Championships. Dylan is a member of the National Honor Society, Superintendent's Cabinet, and Student Senate. Ladies and gentlemen, Dylan Rogers. Marissa Schleiss of Shelby Rising City High School. Marissa is a 3.9 student who participates in volleyball, basketball, track and field, and music. She was a member of 2 NSAA Girls State Basketball Championship qualifying teams and another state volleyball championship qualifying team. An NSAA NCPA Academic All-State Basketball honoree, Marissa serves her school as a member of the National Honor Society and Student Council. Ladies and gentlemen, Marissa Schleiss. Allison West of Omaha Mercy High School. Allison carries the 3.95 grade point average while participating in play production, speech, and music. Allison excels in music and is a 2-time All-State Band selection and a 3-time participant in the University of Nebraska Omaha Honor Band. She was a first-place soloist at Wayne State Wind Festival, who has also earned superior ratings as a soloist at the 2012 NSAA District Music Contest. Ladies and gentlemen, Allison West. Folks, let's give one more round of applause to the 2012-2013 Believers and Achievers, the future leaders of Nebraska.
So some outstanding young athletes and students and talent here being honored at halftime of our Class A state championship game. Congratulations to those believers and achievers. Eagles on top at half, 35-20.
This was a scary moment for Elliott Sadler and everyone at Richard Petty Motorsports. Thankfully, the folks at NASCAR have taken every precaution to ensure the safety of our drivers. And I hope you do the same thing when you get in your car. The Department of Transportation says distracted drivers are 4 times more likely to be in a serious accident. Buckle up, watch the road, and please do not text and drive. It could be the last text you ever sent. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Over the years, the Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association has supported many Nebraska athletes by helping them excel physically. But the mental game is just as important. That's why we're pleased to sponsor the NSAA Academic All-State Award Program, recognizing students and athletes who shine in the classroom and as leaders. We're proud to team up with these exceptional individuals. Together we can continue to make Nebraska a great place to live, learn, and play.
Healthcare reform is bringing change.
And lots of it.
It won't be easy. But one thing that won't change is our commitment to you.
We're Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
We live and work right here with you.
And we're here for the long haul.
Whatever changes come our way,
you can count on us.
Count on us to guide you on the road ahead.
To help protect your family and your future.
You can count on us to be there when you need us.
We'd like to say we have the good life in our state. And for more than 40 years, Nebraska Public Power District has kept the good life running smoothly for Nebraskans. We are driven to go above and beyond with a spirit to provide reliable, affordable electricity with outstanding customer service each and every day. Because in the end, we want to make the good life better for all. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
Along with Andy Markowski, I'm Larry Putney. Brandon Axelman here halftime of the Class A state championship game from the Bob Devaney Sports Center. 35-20 Central on top. Papillion La-Vista, as we take a look at some of the highlights from our first half action. Play around early on, makes the plays. It didn't get out of hand until about midway through that or late in that first period.
Yeah, there you see Lewis with a nice drive. As you heard the coach at halftime, they're going to go back to Doherty. They have to score with him. And there's one of his 2 baskets scored over a gal. Then Lewis there with a 3. And Tredawn Hollins, 2 early 3s, and getting 8 points out of him in the first half was unexpected. Only averages 6 points. And there you see the presence of Okoye Gal, not only blocking shots, but getting them started out in their transition offense. And where they've really hurt Papillion is on the offensive glass. They've had 6 offensive rebounds. 5 of those were putbacks for baskets, so certainly have a big impact in this 15-point lead. So Papillion needs to score more, obviously, but they need to do that with execution. 6 of 24 is not going to do it to the upset. 7 turnovers is still a little high for where Papillion needs to be. You expect Central at the tempo they play with to turn it over a little bit more, and that 11 points off turnovers is a big difference. Offensive rebounding and those points off turnovers is why they're up 35-20.
So Omaha Central on top by 15, 35-20. And Central, you heard right before halftime, Jason Ryan not only saying do they need to go inside the Doherty more, but the other thing they need to do is try to cut it to 10 by the 4th, just kind of hang around with the opportunity to be there at the end.
Yeah, and that's all you can ask for is game pressure in the moment where Central's trying to capture their 4th state title. You never know what can happen, and that's what he's speaking to his team with right now. Come out, make plays, make the hustle plays, and see what happens.
We're at halftime of the Class A championship. Dance squad's performing here, delighting the crowd. We'll be back with second half action. Central Papillion La-Vista on NET Sports.
I had 29 students in my class.
We've been together since kindergarten.
High school, 4 years of growing up.
Growing together. Senior year.
I am done with school.
I'm invincible.
They don't understand me.
Forget about it. Let's have fun.
I had 29 students in my class.
This isn't the sweet corn that humans eat. It's the field corn that most Nebraska farmers grow. And it satisfies the appetite of a growing world by providing livestock feed, renewable fuel, bioplastics, and much more. You can't eat field corn, but the economic impact of the billion bushels that Nebraska farmers grow each year is still pretty darn sweet. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
NET Sports coverage of the 2013 NSAA State Basketball Tournament is brought to you in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, applauding the dedication, teamwork, and sportsmanship of Nebraska's high school athletes. The Nebraska Corn Board and Nebraska's corn farmers, growing more with less through sustaining innovation at nebraskacorn.org. And by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska. Count on us to be there when you need us. Back at halftime here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center in Lincoln, Nebraska, Class A State Championship. Omaha Central on top by 15 over Papillion La-Vista, 35-20. This is the final year of these championships being played right here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Not only does Nebraska move across the interstate to the new Pinnacle Bank Arena next year, but so do the state high school championships. They'll still use the Devaney Center in this venue to play some of the early round games, but it all moves over to the new arena. And you know, that facility, if you've driven into Lincoln and if you've seen it, has already changed the skyline of downtown Lincoln, and a lot of excitement around here about the new facility.
No, there definitely is, and just the whole downtown environment, being able to walk and, and eat and maybe take in maybe a whole day of basketball, it's going to add, you know, a certain new chapter to the state basketball experience, that's for sure.
Let's go over to Brandon Axelman. Brandon.
Coach, you had a great start to this game. Your team's shooting 57% from the field. What do you credit that to?
Well, I think we're taking good shots. We're getting the ball inside, and even when Okoye's not shooting it, they're having to double team us, and then we're finding the open man, and our guards are doing a real good job attacking.
Well, Coach, you're up 15 right now, but this team did beat you earlier this season. What do you need to do to remain in the driver's seat and keep control of this game and get the win?
We just have to play the game like it's 0-0. That's all we talked about at halftime. You know, the first half's just for fun, and the hard work starts now, so we're very determined to get this done, and I think our kids are going to continue to compete.
Well, Coach, good luck the second half.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks, Brandon, and thanks to Coach Behrens for joining us at halftime. As Central on top 35-20 here at halftime.
You know that NET is Nebraska's home for sports, bringing you over 200 hours of the best high school and college sports action you'll find anywhere. So join the Sports Partners Club now and make sure that you can always come home to NET Sports. Log on to netnebraska.org/sportspartners and support this outstanding team of sports journalists and production crew. You'll receive invitations to special experiences throughout the year, like tailgate events, the annual preseason Sports Partners Breakfast, and live audience editions of Big Red Wrap-Up. Go behind the scenes with Nebraska's home for sports and become part of a winning franchise. Join the NET Sports Partners Club.
So getting ready for second half action here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center after a terrific halftime show. The Believers and Achievers being announced and honored. Our halftime dance groups performing as well, and now getting ready for basketball. Papillion La-Vista and Omaha Central getting ready to kick off the second half play, and you're coming out of the halftime, you've had your conversation, you have to feel a little bit more motivated, hopefully, if you're Papillion La-Vista for the second half.
Well, you do. Central played with tremendous energy. If you look at the stat sheet, they had 6 offensive rebounds, 5 blocks, 5 steals. Can Central come out with that same energy? Right. If you're Papio, you're talking about the turnovers. You had 7 turnovers with cutback and opportunities. You're 7 of 14 from the foul line, and you gave up 6 offensive rebounds, which were 5 of Central's baskets. So if you tighten those things up, Central maybe comes off to a slow start. As you mentioned, can you make it an 8 to 10-point game going into the fourth quarter? Or if Central comes out with the same energy and enthusiasm and execution, it may be a 20-point game, and Central celebrating their 4th consecutive title. So I'll be anxious to see how this third quarter starts.
Omaha Central's had a terrific schedule this year, not only playing in the Metro, but they went on the road, played some of the best in the nation. They lost, of course, to Long Beach Poly Cal, lost to Chicago Whitney, beat Eagles Landing, Georgia. Then they had the big game out in Kearney over the holiday. They beat Oak Hill Academy out of Virginia, which is a terrific program known nationally, beat them 70-60. Agal had a big game in that one, so it's a team that's they've been around. Obviously, winning 8 of the last 9 championships. Should they win this today?
Yeah, very veteran, and I was reading the stat. Okoye Agal can be the first player in the history of Nebraska high school basketball to win 12 games at a state tournament. There's other players that have been a part of 4 straight championship teams, but maybe didn't play in a game as a freshman. But just a tremendous career for Okoye Agal, and we'll certainly see how the final chapter goes here in the second half of this Class A championship.
Lewis looks inside. By Doherty. You can see Barron's talking specifically to Agal at halftime. With 2 fouls, they just go straight up. Go at him right away, tips twice, and then Agal pushes it out.
There's Okoye's versatility.
Agal can't get it to go. The rebound to Keenan Nealon. Alley-oop tried, couldn't quite connect with Doherty inside. Agal the other way. Agal drives in. Pushed outside. Hollins doesn't get it. Here's Scott going up with the shot. That's off. It goes off of Thurman and out of bounds. Or off, excuse me, Papillion-LaVista and out. It looked like maybe Doherty touched it last.
Kind of a sloppy half.
Yep.
A couple offensive rebounds, a couple turnovers. Central maintains possession.
Lewis tipping it out. Scott kicks it back up top. Hollins Johnson drives in, and Hollins Johnson gets the bucket and an opportunity for the 3-point play. First bucket in over 5 minutes of play for the Eagles.
Notice how low Hollins Johnson plays. Very low, very quick. You can see his shoulders are underneath the Papillion defenders, and when you're that low, you're going to be able to draw the contact and strong enough to go up and finish the 3-point play.
And he completes, extends that lead out now to 18. Largest lead for Central was at 20 in the first half. Inside to Doherty. Doherty. Rebound, put back, and finally converts for Brett Doherty. Doherty averages 19 a game.
Coach Ryan spoke to that at halftime. They're going to go to Doherty. That's the 3rd straight possession that he's got a low post touch. The first time he's been able to get a basket, but that's certainly going to be their emphasis in the second half.
Agal inside, and the putback by Thurman. The help comes on Agal. Nobody on the backside except for Thurman to put it down. Nice drive, but they can't convert. Rebound to DeAndre Hollins Johnson, who will push it up the floor. Scott with the shot, and Kevin Scott.
Nice decision by Hollins Johnson, not getting too deep on the dribble. Found Scott spotted up in the corner. Just a really nice transition execution.
Jumper is off. And here's Agal. Drive and the rebound nearly put back by Scott. Monarchs push the other way. And a foul called on Trayshawn Thurman.
Yeah, we talked about the start to the 3rd quarter. Could Papillion maybe come out, execute, and cut into that deficit, or would Central extend their energy and extend the lead? Certainly not the start Papillion wanted. Great start for Central, extending it to 21 right now.
Maloney inside to Doherty. Good job on the cut by Maloney, and knocked away, pushed out the other side. Hollins Johnson can't get it to go. Foul will be called on Nealon, his second personal foul. And a timeout called by the Monarchs. Let's go over to Brandon Axelman. Brandon.
Guys, you saw senior Japri Murray go down for Papillion La-Vista in that first half. He went into the locker room early. He's since come out, but he's been sitting on the end of the bench. The athletic trainer for Papillion La-Vista just told me he's done for the night. Can't speculate on the injury, but that's not good news. Japri Murray out for the game, and it was Keenan Nealon that got the start this second half in his place.
Thanks, Brandon, and too bad for Japri Murray, the point guard for this Monarch team. You could see his speed and elusiveness early on. Averages 5 a game. Had 15 in that semifinal win over Omaha South. And there's a look at Keenan Nealon playing in place of Japri Murray.
You know, forces guys to move into new spots of the rotation. You know, Hollins Johnson has been the matchup where Nealon has won on. He's been able to drive by the bigger player Nealon. And then also getting back on defense. Sometimes the point guard is more aware. They know they have to get back, and all of a sudden now you've got a 2-guard playing your point guard position, and Central is taking advantage of 2 secondary break opportunities.
Lead up to 22. Largest lead for Omaha Central. Swiped away. Good steal by Tradion Hollins, and Tradion Hollins is tackled from behind. And now we've got a bit of a scuffle underneath. The Koyagao protecting. The intentional foul has been called. Both coaches off the bench and down there to break it up.
Yeah, certainly.
Good job by both coaches to pull their players out. And now Tradion Hollins will step to the line. And he will shoot the 2 for the intentional. One more look here as Maloli took him down hard, and Koyagao took exception.
Yeah, you have to go for the ball. Certainly well officiated. Coaches did a nice job of calming their team down in an emotional game, emotional play. Certainly Papillion's frustrated. You know, you can sense the day has not went the way that they anticipated it going.
So the flagrant on Maloli is the 3rd personal on Maloli. And now Tradion Hollins will shoot 2, and Central will get the ball.
Both teams have to maintain poise after this. You certainly don't like seeing plays like that. Certainly injury becomes in question when you have a hard foul. Good to see Tradion up, knocking in both free throws. And normally the response from officiating crew is to take back control of the game, and you're certainly gonna see some quick whistles here to not let emotions escalate this point forward.
And officials already talking underneath with the Koy. Bit of an exchange, and look for them to get it under wraps pretty quickly. 46-22 now. 24-point lead for Central. Now a down low. Over to Thurman. From the corner, a shot off. Good job going up after the rebound by Tyler Doherty. Off to Brett Doherty. Shot off. And Scott will slow it up. Drive by Hollins. Rebound, Nealon. Monarchs the other way. Inside Doherty, nice reverse lay-in by Brett Doherty. And the timeout called by Jason Ryan. A concerted effort by this Monarch squad to get the ball to Doherty, and he's been delivering here in this 3rd period of play. They find themselves down 22, 46-24. I want to remind you, good chance to log on to facebook.com/NET Sports. Tell us what you think about our coverage and join in the conversation on Facebook.com/NET Sports. Let us know what you think about this game. One of our Facebook posts from Chad Bumgarner says, pretty cool to both Southern Valley and Wynot are first-time state champions and both win in overtime. Yeah. Been waiting all day for the Class A championship. It's going to be great. Love this time of year. That's from Chad Bumgarner on our Facebook page. Log on and join in that conversation. We were thrilled to see those first two games go into overtime as well. Great start to this state championship as we are in our third title game of 6 throughout the day right here on NET.
Papio 22 certainly dug themselves a big deficit. Central, if they maintain poise, execution, certainly will capture their 4th state title. Papillion needs to chip away, try to get some turnovers. Or obviously, Coach Ryan's going to a full court, seeing if they can pick up an easy steal, easy layup.
Central handles it, gets it off to Agao, who puts it down. Big slam by Akoy Agao. Tipped away from Doherty, now back out. Papillion La-Vista resets. Lewis drives in. Off the glass with the pretty touch is Tyler Doherty.
Coach Ryan elects to drop back into half court. Central's a really hard team for full court press, just because they're all so versatile. They all handle the ball. And as you see in the last possession, when you have Akoy Agao on the back end of it to finish, certainly gives your team an advantage of never being pressed.
Central trying to pull the Monarchs out of that 2-3, get them to extend it a bit. Agao.
This strategy comes down to, would a shot clock ever get implemented into high school basketball? Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I would like to see it in time, just to force maybe more possessions in the game.
Foul called on Tradeon Hollins, and that will put Nealon at the line.
A nice job staying low on your dribble drive, attacking the basket. The lower player is always going to win that battle when it comes to the dribble drive. The dribbler can get underneath the defender. It's going to be a block. The defender can get underneath the dribbler. It's either going to be a turnover or a charge. That's why playing in an athletic stance is so important in basketball.
Doherty down low, left hand block. Put back. Good by Scott off the miss of Billingsley. 50-26. Lead back to 24 for the Eagles. And Billingsley flying in to block the shot, but not before Agao picks up the foul underneath. There's a block of Thurman. Quick on the break. And the putback by Scott.
That's really hard to defend. They go from defense to offense as fast as anybody that I've seen in a decade or so of Nebraska basketball. And they do that multiple ways. They do it with deflections. They do it with steals. And then they do it with Akoy block shots. And it always stays on the court. They always use their strength and athleticism to get to loose balls. And then they get into offense. And they're so difficult in the open floor because they all handle it. And they all can attack the rim. And I would be shocked if all 6 players that are in the rotation don't go on and have, pretty successful college careers as well.
Ring in the game now for the Monarchs. His first action of the game. Backcourt violation on Central. And Central will take a timeout. Eric Behrens with a 30-second timeout. 23-4 on the year, looking for their 4th consecutive state championship. Well, tonight on NAT television, Texas singers and songwriters Robert Earl Keane and Hayes Carl graces the stage of Austin City Limits. Don't miss the long-standing tradition of showcasing the best of original American music on Austin City Limits. That's coming up tonight, 11 Central on NAT1 and NAT HD.
Coach Behrens taking time out, probably refocuses kids a little bit. I mean, there's still over a minute left in the third and a whole quarter to play. You certainly don't want to get complacent. You know, that last turnover was one of those unforced turnovers, just lack of communication. Looks like they're going to go 2-3 zone, maybe try to shorten the game a little bit in terms of possessions.
A minute to go now in this third period. 50-28 Central has been in command since midway through the first. The steal, Hollins puts it in, and Tradeon Hollins with another 2 off the steal. Is so athletic. Good spin. And Hollins again on the break. Back to Hollins. The tip in, not there. Knocked around, and Papillion La-Vista comes away with it.
To illustrate my point, you've seen it there in 2 possessions. They used a steal in the transition, then a block shot in the transition.
Good move by Brett Doherty.
Coach Ryan has built a toughness and a pride into this Papillion program in 2 years. His kids are going to play hard. They're going to play till the horn blows at the end of the 4th quarter.
Jason Ryan played basketball at North Platte. In fact, his top assistant, Dan Moore, was his high school coach at North Platte High School when he was a senior. Free throw good by DeAndre Hollins Johnson. Into the game now is Austin McGaw. Ring back in for Doherty. Second one from Hollins Johnson is good. Our first look at Austin McGaw, the junior 6'1" guard for Central. Here's Ring. Looks inside for Doherty. Doherty drives in. Shot after the buzzer, and we will head to the 4th with Omaha Central in charge. The Eagles lead it by 24. 54-30.
Get involved in high school activities. For winter and spring championship ticket information, visit the Nebraska School Activities Association's website.
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
Back at the Bob Devaney Sports Center, the Class A state championship between Papillion La-Vista, the Monarchs, and the Eagles of Omaha Central, and it's been all Eagles. Okoye Gow with 8 points. Kevin Scott has 11. They're led right now by Tradeon Hollins. Making Hollins Johnson with 16. Tradeon has 9. And on top by 24 as we begin this 4th period action. Foul called on Spencer Lewis. That will be Lewis's 3rd.
Papillion-LaVista number 10, Spencer Lewis, his third personal foul. Number 5 on the Monarchs.
Thurman with it. And Thurman fouled on the arm by Matt Safranek.
Papillion-LaVista number 20, Matt Safranek. His
First one, foul on Safranek, who's a three-sport athlete, plays baseball and tennis as well. And missed, but he gets his own rebound, back up, and a chance for a three-point play for Tradeon Hollins. The foul.
They're going to call it on the floor, which surprises me. But he's going to get to the free throw line 1-and-1.
Yep. So no basket. He'll be shooting a 1-and-1. One more look. Lowy called for his fourth personal foul.
Good execution of the sideline out of bounds play. Unfortunately, couldn't get the layup to fall, but stayed with it. Very athletic, great build. As he improves his perimeter shooting, I think the sky's the limit for Tradeon as well. He can drive it. He's a pretty good defender. He rebounds well for a guard.
Tradeon swipes it away, pushes it ahead. Hollins Johnson goes in hard. He's fouled on the drive by Spencer Lewis. That's going to be 4 fouls on Lewis. And Hollins Johnson will go back to the line. It was a Central team that really decided to test itself this year. They went to Florida, lost 2 really close games. Both of those by 3 points. One, as we said earlier, to Long Beach, Pauley, and in Chicago's Whitney Young. Hit up 2 more of their big challenges in the state. Losing to Omaha South and Papillion La-Vista. But then they came back in front of 5,000 out in Grand Island. Knocked off Oak Hill, which is a tremendous national program. The steal here by Thurman. Give it back to Hollins with a pretty move. And Tradeon Hollins with the layup. Down in that one against Oak Hill. Had 20 points, 10 rebounds. Big block by Hollins in there, and then the foul. Underneath. They get a Gow, or do they get Thurman?
I think they have Thurman reaching in from the backside here.
Yep.
Yeah, Coy has had a great high school career, and maybe not the numbers that really dominant players in the state have put up in years past, and part of that is his personality. Is a great teammate. He defers to other guys. When you have 6 guys in around double figures, you can't score 25 a game, but certainly his rebounding and his block shots allowed him to impact games more than just scoring points. Certainly would look better in a Husker uniform.
Right.
You can't fault him for pursuing play for Rick Pitino in Louisville.
I suppose when you're one of 6 children, you learn to share a little bit, right? Mother and father, of course, immigrated from South Sudan about a decade ago. Inside, the turnaround by Scott. Pretty move. Kevin Scott right along the baseline and extends it to 29. Off the steal. Scott again. Alley-oop. Big time. Tradeon Hollins with the jam off of the feed by Scott. And it's 31. The 3 off. Rebound by Thurman.
Familiar name taking the 3-point shot. Caleb Piakowski in the game. Caleb is the actual son of Dave, which is Eric and Troy's older brother. Both had good careers here as Nebraska basketball players.
Tipped away by Doherty. Doherty ahead for the lay-in to Nealon, and a quick timeout by the Monarchs. Jason Ryan will take the timeout. Ryan in just his 2nd season at Papillion La-Vista. Let's take a look, one more look at the oop. And the put down from Hollins.
And once again, steals, and they have so many athletes that get out and not only can handle it and pass it, but finish. I mean, you know, this is your 2-guard trading on Hollins that you're throwing an alley-oop for, and it's just that they've earned the right to celebrate, you know, the last 5 minutes. You know, Coach Ryan is talking to his kids about playing hard and executing, but Central's done a great job.
Let's go over to Brandon with more on the Central Eagles.
Guys, as you all know, coming into this game, Papillion-LaVista did not have an easy task on taking on this Omaha Central Eagles squad. They're just a special group of guys. They've been that have put up 7-8 titles over the last years, and as you guys mentioned in the open, they played in a national invite tournament in Florida. They had to be invited to even go. They flew them all the way down to Florida and participated in a weekend tournament. So these guys are good. They're participating against the best in the nation, and they're just a little bit too much here for Papillion.
62-33. As Eric Burns in his 12th year at Omaha Central. He played in the 90s. I graduated the same year from Central as Andre Woolridge and Eric Strickland. Woolridge and Strickland both, of course, came to Nebraska. Woolridge later transferred to Iowa. Ring with the foul there. And that will put Billingsley at the line. Billingsley driving in, ring. Puts him at the line. Back into the game for the Monarchs. B.J. Frankman, along with Caleb Piakowski. Second one is good by Billingsley. So once again, Omaha Central on a bit of a run here in the fourth quarter, 10-4, extending that lead out to 31 with under 5 minutes to go in the Class A title game. And the turnover, Scott will push tempo again. To a gal, can't complete. The foul called on Billingsley. It's his third personal foul. Good strong move inside by Doherty. So Doherty off the glass.
Good spacing, and when you pressure, they just use their athleticism to drive by you, so you get caught in a really tough spot.
So the foul on B.J. Frankman. Frankman with his first. Ready for wholesale changes on the Monarch side. And now Hollins to shoot 2 at the line. Doherty back into the game along with Nealon, Safranek, ring. And Jack Kalina seeing his first action of the game. Kalina, a sophomore for the Monarchs.
Want your young kids to get some experience, get a taste of what it's like to play in the Devaney in the state tournament. Hopefully that gives them some incentive to start working this spring and summer as they start positioning themselves as leaders to next year's team. Look at Central. Central loses a lot. It'll be interesting to see if a 5-peat becomes the next question. Certainly when you lose 5 seniors, Trayshawn Thurman being the one junior that's coming back that you have started, contributed in clutch games, key moments. Certainly Coach Behrens has proven he can build teams no matter You don't win 8 out of 9 without being able to slide the next guy in and find ways that your next group can win games.
Billingsley at the line after the foul on Doherty. Second one good. Extends it to 32. Kicked ball by Kevin Scott will stay with the Monarchs. This is our third state championship game of the day. The first two both went into overtime. I don't think we're headed that direction here with inside 3.5 to go. 32-point lead. Three-pointer on the way by Safranek is good. So Matt Safranek, the senior, knocks it down from the corner.
Yeah, you had said in the pregame when Central had something to play for, they tend to get really focused and play well, and they certainly did tonight. Or today. I thought from the start there were stretches of basketball that were above a high school level. I mean, you're talking collegiate level basketball from execution and athleticism. Multiple guys making big time plays.
Ring called with the foul. And back to the line goes Tradeon Hollins.
You know, Papio had a tremendous season, 24-3, and really being the first Nebraska school to beat Omaha Central in 2 years. You know, beating them at Papillion, which was a great environment, I understand, and a big win for Papio. And then to come back and beat a really good Omaha South team in the semifinals.
Right. And Omaha Central will put in the subs. And the seniors head to the bench on the cusp of their 4th straight state championship. And 10th title overall for the Eagles. Maloney back into the game. He's fouled by Tradeon Hollins. And now Tradeon will take a seat. In comes Christian Harmon for Tradeon Hollins, who takes the bow. Ending a terrific senior season for Tradeon.
I'll be anxious to hear Coach Barron's post-game comments about this senior group and what it meant to him and the program. And they certainly have played with a free spirit when you watch them. And you know, it's a confidence that Central plays with. I just think they believe when they step on the floor, they're going to win.
The three by Nate Maloney on the other end. There's Malik Harris drawing the foul. So Malik, who is a junior, 6'5" forward, draws the foul, and Malik will go to the line. Malik averages about 3 a game, couple of rebounds. Also in the game for Central now is John Carter, along with John Ali. And Austin McGow. Tipped out by McGow. He's another junior, 6'1", averages 3 a game. Jay Frankman in there along with Caleb Piatkowski. Brett Doherty still in there, as well as Maloney for the Monarchs. Piatkowski's 3. Inside 2 minutes to go here in this Class A championship game. 26-point advantage for the Eagles. And a quick timeout called by Eric Behrens. Well, I want to remind you, not only this game, but any game throughout the day, you can get a copy or a DVD of these state high school championships. Do it by logging on to netnebraska.org. You can also give us a call at 800-868-1868 to pick up a copy of all of our NSAA Boys Basketball Championship games. Relive this year's memories for a lifetime. There's a complete box set of Omaha Central State Championships. 4 consecutive. Who knows, you might be able to get the entire complete 10 set, I don't know. Give them a call at 800-868-1868 to find out. On the alley-oop inside, the foul called underneath on Doherty. So Brett Doherty picks up the foul on Malik Harris. Harris will go to the line to shoot 2. Ring back in as Doherty picks up his 5th. So Brett Doherty finishes an outstanding senior season, averaged 19 a game, second team All-State as a junior, on his way next year to Northwest Missouri State to finish his basketball career. Pushed ahead, Christian Harmon gets the basket and the foul. And Christian Harmon, just a freshman.
New players in, but same attack mode. Take it from defense, get into offense, get it to the rim, finish. Very aggressive style.
Go into the game now is Jace Schwartz for Central, as well as Latrell Jamison. And Reith Nyosh also in there for Omaha Central. Jeff Paschal in there for the Monarchs, along with Nick Lechtenberg for Papillion La-Vista. So both teams, so all players on both teams have entered the game and played in the state championship with 1:09 to go and Central in command. BJ Frankman back into the game as Matt Safranek. Jeff Paschal at the line. Rebound to Nyosh. Inside, shot is off by Latrell Jamison. Foul on Jace Schwartz. We'll put BJ Frankman at the line. And as you said, it'll be interesting to see what Eric Behrens puts together for next year, as a lot of these seniors graduate, and it's been a phenomenal run, 4 consecutive state championships, but he always seems to have a team that's competitive and competes for a state championship.
Yeah, I don't know if it's possible to have a run that like had the last 4 years. I mean, it takes, you know, it takes a special group of kids. And it takes a talented group of kids, and you know, the combination of both. Sometimes you have talent, but maybe they don't get along. Sometimes they get along, but maybe they're not as talented as past groups. Certainly this senior class had both, and that's why you win 4 in a row, and really dominating fashion. You know, most of the state tournament games they've had over the last 2, 3, 4 years, there hasn't been a lot of close games. They've been able to play when they've wanted to play and really open it up against anything Class A has had for him in terms of competition.
Yep. So timeout called by Omaha Central. 36.9 to go. 69-43 as the Devaney Center has begun to clear out. Want to remind you, coming up at 4:30 this afternoon, right here on NET1, also on NET HD, the Boone Central Newman Grove Cardinals will take on the Wahoo Warriors. The Warriors back again down here at the state tournament and in the championship game after a absence of a few years, but that tradition continues in Wahoo. And the Warriors looking for an undefeated season and a state championship. Austin McGow. Foul called on Nick Lechtenberg. Well, that will put Latrell Jamison at the line. So Latrell Jamison is 6'3" junior forward. Inside 30 to go. And the foul called on Austin McGow.
Everybody's playing hard, trying to get in that books, trying to get a little steal, lead to a conversion, get a basket.
So a foul on McGow puts Ring at the ring. Ring knocks in the first one. Ring is 6'4" senior. Rebound underneath to Lechtenberg, back up, it's tipped. And that should do it. Time runs down and runs out on the Class A state championship game. And once again, it's Omaha Central. 4 consecutive years, 4 straight state championships for the Eagles from Omaha Central. What a run. Central finishes the season at 24-4. And one more time, it's a state title for Central. When we come back, medal and trophy presentations right here from the Devaney Sports Center.
Behind the outlet, Nebraska Public Power District is passionate about preserving and restoring Nebraska's resources. Whether rescuing fish during canal repair work, protecting avian species on the Platte River, or complying with all environmental standards at our power generating facilities, we actively balance our environmental responsibilities with meeting Nebraska's ever-changing energy needs. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
At the Aurora Cooperative, we're continually driven by what's next in agriculture. So we're dedicated to being your first resource for world-class agronomy, grain storage and marketing, high-performance feeds, and energy. Driven by our vision to be financially strong, innovative, independent, locally owned. You're driven by the opportunities that exist. We're driven to help you make the most of them, now and for the next generation. The Aurora Cooperative, growing opportunities.
NET Sports coverage of the 2013 NSAA State Basketball Tournament is brought to you in part by the Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. By the Aurora Cooperative, innovative, financially strong, committed to the communities we serve. The Aurora Cooperative, growing opportunities. And by Time Warner Cable, inspiring young people to build the skills they need in science, technology, engineering, and math to become the problem solvers of tomorrow. The Nets coming down at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Once again, Omaha Central Class A state champs. Before we get to the medal and trophy presentations, let's go to our public address announcer, Doc Weidiger, for a special presentation.
The Nebraska Coaches Association and the Nebraska Athletic Administrators Association and the Nebraska School Activities Association are proud to support the positive aspects of high school athletics. Good sportsmanship is a key factor in our philosophy, and at this time we are pleased to present the Class A and C2 Sportsmanship Awards. The trophies are graciously donated by Awards Unlimited, and the Sportsmanship Award program is underwritten by the Nebraska Independent College Foundation. Making the presentations are Nancy Kindig-Malone of Fillmore Central High School, representing the Nebraska Coaches Association, Bill Fitzgerald of Fremont High School, representing the Nebraska State Athletic Administrators Association, Jay Beller of Battle Creek High School, representing the Nebraska School Activities Association, and Thomas Tip O'Neill, representing the Nebraska Independent College Foundation. The Class A Sportsmanship Award winner is Papillion La-Vista High School. Receiving the award are students and staff. Congratulations, Papillion La-Vista High School. The Class C2 Sportsmanship Award winner is North Platte St. Patrick's High School. Receiving the award are members of the North Platte St. Patrick's community. Congratulations, North Platte St. Patrick's High School. The Nebraska School Activities Association is honored to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. Presentations will be made by NSAA Executive Director Rhonda Blanford Green and Board of Directors Dr. Bob Resnichek from Boys Town, Dr. Jerry Bartee from the Omaha Public Schools, and U.S. Bank representatives Nick Powers and Chris Hansen. Here are the awards for Class A runner-up Papillion La-Vista High School. Will head coach Jason Ryan and your assistants please step toward the middle of the court to present the silver medals to each team member. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 12, Keenan Nealon. Number 20, Matt Safranek. Number 22, Ring. Number 24, Caleb Pyatkowski. Number 40, BJ Frankman. Number 42, Jack Kalina. Number 44, Nick Lechtenberg. Number 52, Jeff Pascal. Number 4, Japri Murray. Number 10, Spencer Lewis. Number 30, Nate Maloli. Number 32, Tyler Doherty. And number 34, Brett Doherty. And now, all of you are welcome to receive the runner-up trophy for your school. Congratulations, Papillion La-Vista High School. And now, to the champions of Omaha Central High School. First head coach Eric Behrens, we have a special award for you. Now, coach, hand out the gold medals to your championship team members. Number 1, Malik Harris. Number 2, Christian Harmon. Number 10, John Carter. Number 12, Nick Billingsley. Number 22, John Ali. Number 30, Latrell Jameson. Number 32, Austin McGaw. Number 34, Reed Niles. Number 55, Jace Schwartz. Number 0, Akoy Agal. Number 3, Kevin Scott. Number 4, Tradeon Holland. Number 5, DeAndre Hollins-Johnson. And number 44, Trayshawn Thurman. And now, for these outstanding athletes in their school, here's the 2013 Class A NSAA Basketball Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Omaha Central High School.
So once again, the state champs for the 4th consecutive year. Omaha Central takes the title, handing it to Papillion-LaVista in a final 69-44. With head coach Jason Ryan from Papillion-LaVista, here's Brandon Axel.
Coach, you know you had a great season even though it didn't end how you wanted it to end. Just kind of walk us through the journey this season, the state tournament, and how it went for you that got you to this point.
Sure, yeah. What an outstanding year we had. I can't be proud of our guys. We finished with 24 wins, runner-up. We talked all year from last year. Last year we come down here and get third. We said we wanted to get one step closer to the ship, and we played on Saturday in the TV game and give all our credit to our guys. Our off-season was tremendous, our workouts. Then we prepared all season. We had we played at the Civic Auditorium, got beat in the semis of the Metro Tournament. We played Sioux City Healing at the Ralston Arena. We played down here at Devaney. We ended Central's winning streak in January there. So outstanding season, and real proud of our guys. And we went down fighting today, and that's what our program's about.
Definitely didn't envy you in the task you had taking on Central. What's it like preparing for a game against a team like this?
Yeah, first off, we didn't obviously have a ton of time to prepare, and on a big stage, Central's been obviously outstanding on a big stage, and we wanted to come at them and attack them, and we did attack early, but they really answered, and their length and athleticism. McCoy was outstanding. He presents so many problems defensively. Did a nice job, but I credit our guys. We could have rolled over, but we hustled to the end. We trapped and scrambled, and they're the defending 4-time state champion for a reason. But at the same time, we think we put on a good show for the fans in the state tournament this week, and a real respectable job. So I credit my staff and players for the outstanding job we did this season.
Talk about the character of those guys, like you said, 4 starting seniors, 7 total you're going to be losing. What is this kind of group of guys?
Yeah, just heart and soul. Starts with Brett Doherty, who's started the last 3 years. I think he ended up as the all-time leading scorer in Papillion-LaVista High School. He's going to Northwest Missouri State next year. Just tremendous character. Spencer Lewis was our point guard. He moved from the wing to point this year and kind of was our heart and soul just from a toughness standpoint. Then we had some other guys that really stepped up. Keenan Nealon, Nate Maloli, who came in from Westside. We had Matt Safranek, who's really shot the ball well here the first couple of days, and we're going to miss our seniors. They did some outstanding things here. Tyler Doherty will come back next year. He started for us. And then, of course, Dupree Murray, who fortunately got a concussion and had to sit out here about 3/4 of the game. And he gave us a ton of energy this weekend, and he's hurting real bad right now. And he gave a lot this year, and we appreciate all our guys' effort.
Coach, congratulations again on a great season. You got this program on the right track. Maybe we'll see you again here next year.
You bet. Thanks a lot, guys.
Larry, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Brandon, and congratulations to Jason Ryan and the Monarchs of Papillion-LaVista on a terrific season. When we come back, we'll have some highlights, stats, and eventually hear from the state champs.
Get involved in high school activities. For winter and spring championship ticket information, visit the Nebraska School Activities Association's website.
Over the years, the Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association has supported many Nebraska athletes by helping them excel physically. But the mental game is just as important. That's why we're pleased to sponsor the NSAA Academic All-State Award Program, recognizing students and athletes who shine in the classroom and as leaders. We're proud to team up with these exceptional individuals. Together we can continue to make Nebraska a great place to live, learn, and play.
You know, many years ago when I was about 8 years old, I got the opportunity to watch a box turtle behind my house lay her eggs. And watching that turtle go through all that effort, it just piqued my curiosity, and I wanted to learn more and read more. My entire job is science. I want children to get connected with science and utilize the technology and the engineering abilities, because each one of us has the ability to change the world.
To find out what you can do to inspire a young person, visit connectamillionminds.com.
NET Sports coverage of the 2013 NSAA State Basketball Tournament is brought to you in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, applauding the dedication, teamwork, and sportsmanship of Nebraska's high school athletes, and by the Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, grants, and college planning services. Back at the Bob Devaney Sports Center as we wrap up the Class A state championship. Since 2006, there have been 8 state titles handed out 7 times. Those have been given to Omaha Central, including 4 in a row. You know the last team to win 4 in a row?
I'm going to guess Lincoln Northeast.
Rick Kalura's Lincoln Northeast squad, yep.
Had a great group of kids as well, a lot of college players. And you have to credit Central. I mean, it's been an unbelievable run. The show that they put on from the start of this game to the finish was amazing. I think the fans enjoyed it. Big crowd. I'm sure a lot tuned in on TV to see Akoya Gow in his final game as a Nebraska senior in high school and going on to big things. But all those kids will play college basketball, and you'll hear their names for years to come.
Yep. So final look at the statistics. Really, given the outcome, not a surprise.
No, Papillion really struggled to execute offensively. If you look at the amount of athletic plays Central made with steals, deflections, blocks, getting out in transition, it was really a one-sided game. But credit Papillion to beat Omaha South in the semis, get to the finals was a step for their program. But Omaha Central was on a mission, and they delivered with a great performance today to take home their 4th straight Class A state title.
So once again, Omaha Central over Papillion La-Vista, knocking off the Monarchs 69-44. When we come back, we'll hear from the champs. Stay with us.
Whether it's spring planting, fall harvesting, or just a drive across the state, soy biodiesel helps a diesel-powered engine operate in a demanding job. Soybean oil from Nebraska soybeans makes biodiesel a renewable fuel that's also environmentally responsible. The soybean checkoff plays a major role in supporting the use and availability of biodiesel. The Nebraska Soybean Board, growing opportunity from the ground up.
What inspired me to pursue a career in technology was the fact that I have kids. We need the internet. They wouldn't be able to do any of their research without it. It's really important for our children to think science and technology is important. I believe that all kids should look towards technology because that's where the world is going. Get involved in all of the science activities because all of that experience can lead you a long way.
To find out what you can do to inspire a young person, visit connectamillionminds.com.
Welcome back to the Bob Devaney Sports Center in Lincoln. We just wrapped up the Class A final. Omaha Central Eagles 4-peat as Class A state champions, winning 69-44 over Papillion La-Vista. Right now, I'm with the winning head coach, who's got a 4-peat on his resume now. Coach, 7 of the last 8 state titles you've won, a 4-peat now, 4 consecutive titles. Can you even describe what's going through your mind, what you're feeling at this point?
You know, I'm just real happy for our seniors. I really wanted to win this game for them, and they've had a great run at Central, and I really wanted to cap it off with this state championship, and I wasn't as worried about the 4-peat or all that stuff. I just, for them, their last game that I'm going to coach them, and that everything that they've meant to me, winning this state championship, just for me, it meant a lot because I really wanted it bad for them.
Said you weren't worried about the 4-peat regardless. It's an amazing feat. Is there any sort of secret what's brought up all the success over the last 7-8 years?
Well, we've had a lot of talent. We have really good players, but we also have players that are very coachable and really buy in, and they come to practice ready to work hard every day, and it's been a tremendous group to be around. I love these guys, and I'm really going to miss them.
You have 4 seniors that you're going to miss, 3 more on the bench, 4 that started. Talk about this group of 7 seniors that you're going to be losing.
Well, I mean, they've been awesome. I mean, there's 2 things. They never lost a game at Central, and they never lost a game at Devaney. And that's tough to be undefeated at home and undefeated down here. They've just been unbelievable. I mean, they're going to go down in the record books as probably one of the greatest classes, greatest teams to ever play the game in the state of Nebraska. And obviously, I've just been lucky and blessed to be able to have coached them for these 4 years.
Coach, you're probably getting used to this interview by now, but congratulations. Go enjoy it with your team.
Okay, thanks a lot. I'm glad to be here.
And that's the coach of the winning Class A Omaha Central Eagles. We'll be back with some of the stars of the team right after this.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Growing more with less is the mantra of Nebraska's corn farmers, and they're using incredible technology to do it. Soil moisture monitors let them know when their crop needs water and how much. GPS systems eliminate overlaps in the field, saving fuel and money. New hybrids reduce the use of pesticides and increase yields. When you're talking new technology and innovation, Nebraska corn farmers are all ears. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
Back here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center, just wrapping up the Class A championship. Omaha Central Eagles 4-peat as Class A state champions with a victory over Papillion-LaVista. Right now, I'm with one of the stars of the game, Okoye Gao, asking if he looks good. I think you look pretty good. How do you feel right now?
Definitely very excited. I think me and my teammates just accomplished something that, only one other school's ever done in the state of Nebraska. And, we went out there and played really hard, and we had the opportunity to get the win.
When you came out, the coach called the timeout. It was your final time on the court. I saw you start pumping your hands up to the crowd. What was going through your mind as you were walking off, ending your high school career at that time?
It was definitely exciting, but also emotional because it's my last high school season game, and I'll never be able to play high school basketball again. But it was fun that we got to accomplish such a great thing, and I got to enjoy laughter and time with my teammates, and got to enjoy the big win and the big accomplishment that we did.
And you're moving on to go play Louisville in college. Do you think any experience you could have at that point will match what you've had in your high school career?
Definitely winning. Something coaches really look for is someone who can really win. And definitely I'm going to a program who's been successful, obviously with Coach Patino, and they're ranked 8th in the country and going to the Final Four next year. So, I got to definitely transition. That's a huge transition for me next year, but I think I'm going to be ready for it.
Okoye, congratulations. Thank you so much for bringing on one of your teammates here.
All right, thank you.
And that teammate is Kevin Scott. Another one of the starting seniors, 4 of the 5. Kevin, I was watching the game, I was wondering, what's with the bleached hair? What's the significance of it?
Me and my fellow teammates over there, we all came to a decision that we was all going to dye our hair just to be different, because last year we had the socks, and a lot of people started doing that, and then we did the hair, and now we got little kids following us. So basically, we like to be role models.
Well, talk about, you've obviously role models for people looking up to you. You've played all 4 years of high school. You've won 4 state championships. You can't get much better than that. Talk about that experience throughout your high school career.
Yeah, I had to come over here to Benson and get one. But, it all felt the same. I felt love as soon as I got here. They showed me that if I'm going to be on this team, I'm going to have to play hard. And what I did, I played hard. We went and did what we had to do.
All right, congratulations. Thank you so much. Let's pass the trophy on. This time to Tradeon Hollins. Tradeon, 4 state championships in 4 years in high school. Has it even sunk in right now what you've just accomplished?
Kinda, not yet, but this is my 3rd and a half because Barrington put me on varsity my freshman year.
With Tradeon, Life's going to pull you guys apart. Some of you guys are going to go to college, others are going to move away, but you will always remember this. What if you could only have one memory of this experience throughout your high school career? What would you take with you?
This, I mean, if I would have lost this, I mean, I'd have had to burn down in the Devaney or something, but this is what I would take.
We're glad you didn't have to do that. Let's move on to your next teammate now, DeAndre Johnson-Hollins. DeAndre, you guys didn't lose. Your teammate didn't burn down the Devaney, so we can have this interview right now. You got some special shoes on there. I noticed a lot of your team has different color shoes. What does that have to do with it?
I got these shoes from my cousin Parnell. Shout out to Parnell. We didn't really plan nothing out. It's just, something that happened.
You've been playing with all these guys for 4 years. Can you talk about the kind of chemistry that you've developed over the years? Do you look at these guys like brothers?
Oh, of course. Every last one of them is my brothers. But it hasn't just been 4 years. It's been about 6 years since middle school. And, we developed a chemistry and a bond that's stronger than anything anybody could ever imagine.
You've accomplished something that hardly anybody in their life can say they've accomplished. What does that mean to you?
Well, talking about the 4 state championships, it's something I will be talking about when I get 78 and 98 if I make it that far. It's just something, everybody got high school memories, and this is one of mine. I never lost.
Tradeon, thank you so much. DeAndre, excuse me. Go enjoy in celebration with the rest of your team.
Oh, of course.
And that was wrapping up the Class A state championships. Omaha Central Eagles 4-peat as Class A state champs. We'll be back with a recap after this.
No texting, turn it off. If driving isn't worth your full attention, what is? A safety reminder from your Nebraska Department of Roads.
No matter how you look at it, animal agriculture helps Nebraska's economy. The livestock industry provides increased tax revenues for schools and community services. Livestock enterprises also create jobs while contributing to existing businesses such as local banks and grocery stores. A thriving livestock industry helps maintain our current way of life, but also provides opportunities for the next generation of farm families. The Nebraska Soybean Checkoff helps to raise awareness of the importance of animal agriculture to Nebraska.
Behind the Outlet, Nebraska Public Power District is exploring solutions to energy challenges today and tomorrow. Teaming with UNL, we are researching irrigation and energy efficiencies, ethanol and byproducts for livestock feed, renewable energy and clean air technologies. We are committed to providing Nebraskans with affordable, sustainable energy while investing in innovation for generations to come. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
NET Sports coverage of the 2013 NSAA State Basketball Tournament is brought to you in part by Time Warner Cable, inspiring young people to build the skills they need in science, technology, engineering, and math to become the problem solvers of tomorrow. And by the Nebraska Corn Board and Nebraska's corn farmers, growing more with less through sustaining innovation at nebraskacorn.org. Back at the Bob Devaney Sports Center, we are just concluding the Class A state championship game. Central knocking off Papillion-LaVista 69-44. It is a quiet Devaney Center as we get set for our 4th state championship, which won't begin for a bit. Wahoo and Boone Central Newman Grove coming up. But first, a wrap on the Papillion-LaVista Omaha Central. The Central Eagles win their 4th consecutive state championship, 7 in 8 years and 10 overall, a dominating performance for that senior group, which walks out with 4 straight state titles. Well, that'll do it. We'll be back here for the Class C1 state championship. Cardinals and Warriors back here at 4:30 on NET. Please join us then. Until then, for the entire NET Sports production crew, we'll see you back here at 4:30.